Welcome, guys. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, welcome. I am John, and we are playing Elden Ring, the DLC Shadow of the Erdtree. This is like episode 23, I think, and I'm not sure that there's going to be another episode in this run. Now, if we look back in the last episode, where did we go? We went here in this Charo's hidden grave, and then we went all around in here. It was really cool. Okay, and then we went up to this thing that I can't pronounce, and near Lim or Lim, and near Lim, or maybe the L is silent. I don't know. There's two L's, so I don't know. And we went through this a little bit. This is sort of a pretty standard Dark Soulsy dungeon. Let me rephrase that. They call it that, but it's not exactly a dungeon. It's not like a cave and shit. It's like a castle, almost. So that is where we are right now. And we went around, and you see here's our souls here because we died. But it doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. There's some couple of big, powerful dudes right here. Like right down. I thought there was. I don't know where he went. You mean I killed him and he's really dead? Incidentally, we have passed 17 of the fragment levels for our guy, and I believe that there's a maximum of 20. Yeah, we killed that guy, and so he's not coming back. But the other guy comes back. So where is where is our souls are this way? Oh, they're probably down, right? They're probably down there. Okay, so I don't know how many souls that is, but just for the sake of doing this, let's take this down. I don't know where this goes. Were those our souls? No, they weren't. They're this way. So this is opening up into... I thought... Okay, so obviously that's a shortcut, right? And those go up and up and up, but not really getting anywhere, if I remember right. All right, so then we came in. Didn't we come into this from a side passage? So this is just the way down from where we came. See, over there is the cyclops or the winged dude. I mean, I can hear him. What's down here? Oh shit. A long drop is down there. That's what's down there. Well, whatever. All right, let's just keep going. Because now we've lost our souls. There's a dude. I don't know who that dude is.
I thought I'd see you here. It'd been quite some time. It was never kindly Nicola, was it? The Erdtree was leading you all along.
What?
Mighty sense.
Is this Lita?
Why come speak fast to begin with? I suppose it must be what His Eminence, or perhaps the Erdtree desired all along. The clashing of the faithfuls. Such that one will prevail. So be it. If you insist upon facing Nicola the Kind, then I will run you through it.
Mikola.
You might be. Don't tarry now.
What? She just fucking disappeared. If you insist on facing Mikola. Look at this place, man. Be summoned to challenge Needle Light Lita and her allies. Summon Pureblood Knight. He won't arrive till the time is right. Okay. It's over here. I guess we can't go that way? I'm trying to light the... I guess I... Wait. I just wanted to light my lamp, man. Alright, well, it's not letting me go, so we need to do this. So, this is a summon. Is this a summon for this part? This is giving me Ariandel vibes, man. Here we go.
Don't you dare approach Nicola the Kind. Needle Knight Ledder, Dryleaf Dane, and our ally will never allow this.
So all of them are coming at me?
I am the Red Mane Freya. The time has come. I cannot hope so worthy of foe. This is our moment. Let's make it simple.
Why is she mad at me? Why are you mad at me, Freya? I didn't do anything to you. Good dodge. Wow. All right. So this summons all back. That's a lot of dudes, man.
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Night Leather, Dryleaf Dane, and our ally will never allow this. I am the Red Mane Freya. The time has come. I cannot hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember. There can only be one way, and you are not
That other guy comes in pretty quick. So I see what they're trying to do here. We just need a, I don't know when's he. I guess Lita is going to be the one, right? Trying to get rid of Freya as fast as we fucking can, man. She's a beast.
Don't you dare approach Mikula the Kind. Needle Night Leather, Dryleaf Dane, and our ally will never allow this. I am the Red Mane Freya. The time has come.
Why is she over there?
I cannot hope for a worthier foe. This is our moment. Let's make it something to remember.
Oh man, this is like crazy ass shit right here, man. Oh man, and then I lost my fucking video or audio. Alright, we're gonna back up and try to get this. We're gonna try to get it, man. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but we're gonna try. Shit. Lead a sword. Oh man. But it was 3-on-3, right? That's a fair fight. Kinda. Let's lead a sword. We gotta go like this. It's a light great sword. Does holy damage. Cool. What's this thing? Spirit sword. Dancing blade of Radahn. But we have some cool weapons, man. Maybe I'll use one of those sometime. This is Freya's sword. Helm, armor, gauntlets, greaves. You know, it didn't have to be that way. I mean, Freya, man. Why'd you do that? We're not going to use her hat. This one is 10.6, this fingerprint armor. See, that's heavy load right there. But I'm wondering if we can find something that kind of looks cool. Says her armor. Yeah, see. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is an 11, weight 11, like a pound more, and that's heavy load. So All right, we're not going to worry about it. We actually have some. We have fingerprint armor. Oh, we're all over the place with our souls, man. Our fashion. Dane's footwork. What is that, a weapon? That's a fist weapon, right? And a hand strike. Yeah, he is fast with that. I kind of want to play through in magic, you know? $300,000 runes for that. Oh man, Lita's armor. Sad. Sad. I'm sad that it had to come to that. But we sided with that other dude against Lita earlier and killed her. Because she's all like not really going along with what we're doing. We might be able to pass a level with 300. I don't. Oh, hey, dude.
Righteous tarnished. That was an astounding battle, to be sure.
Yeah.
Now I suppose this leaves only one. But in truth, I cannot calm my quivering. Challenging a god is no small matter.
What? Weren't we talking to him in the beginning? And this reminds me of the Mog thing. Like, Mikola or America or somebody was trying to use Mog's body for something or something like that.
Oh. Something you want to get off your chest? Well, you needn't worry. It was you, wasn't it? Who defeated Lord Moog.
Yeah.
Fear not. I bear no grudge against you. His eminence was felled in an honorable duel. And such are the risks of seeking lordship.
Dude, I liked the Mog fight.
What right have I to complain? I blame the enchantment more than anything. Righteous tarnished. We will have our victory. I swear upon my blood.
Cool.
Righteous tarnished. I swear upon my...
Cool, man. So if we look here, do we get to see that it's... Yeah, we do. So he actually helped us in this fight, and that was cool. But he was a total Mog dude. And, you know, we had just killed Mog. He's like, oh God, we love Mog. Mog is you know, is everything, blah, blah, blah. And then we killed Mog. And we're like, okay. Dex only gives us one. Arcane's only going to give us one. I don't know. Maybe I should have did endurance so we could wear something heavier. But, you know, that's the way it goes. Alright, so what's this? Another boss? Oh.
My loyal blade and champion of the festival.
I was.
Both your deeds will ever be praised in song. Now, the vow will be honored, and my lord brother's soul will return, so that he may be my consort.
So you... Wow. So this is this Mikola then? Rava's consort Radahn? Wow. Too early on the jump, or the dive. Dodge. Too early too. Oh. That's some badass looking shit right there, man.
Lord brother. At long last you are returned. Tarnished one. Aspiring lord of the old order. If you have known sin, if you grieve for this world, then yield the path forward to us. To I, Mikola, and my promised consort, Radahn.
What? Oh my god, I was just trying to get there. Holy shit, what? Wow. Good morning, guys. I'm John. This is my channel. And I'm putting this in... I'm editing the last video when we fought Radahn. And I'm going to edit that and shove this little piece in there. So this is obviously the next day, maybe a week later, I don't even know. When I recorded the other one and we beat Radahn. But I wanted to talk a little bit about what I had equipped and my, not only my weapon, but my armor, talisman, and, or talismans, I don't know how to say that plural. It's early in the day, forgive me, I just woke up, but I thought to myself, you know, this would be really good, because one of the things I really want to have happen is I want, if you guys are watching this, you're probably not watching this particular video, because you want to relax and just sort of, maybe you had a bad day, maybe you're kind of like, you just need some background noise, and so you turn, sometimes people do that. I mean, I do it all the time with people's videos, so when I'm working at work, I'll like put up some stuff on a screen and then just go along and do my work and glance over, see how things are going in the game. You know, the banter, the talk, interesting topics, things like that. Okay, so let's get to this part, and then you guys can go on and watch the rest of the attempts. So there aren't that many attempts in this video. I don't know. I would maybe 10. I don't know. That isn't all of the attempts. So one of the things that I was trying to when I make these videos, their videos are just basically for me. They're not really. I'm not looking to make any money on this or anything like that. I mean, I only have 50 something subscribers, so I don't really give a shit. The point is that since I'm already talking to myself, and this is kind of a neat little hobby to, you know, get the camera set up, get the mic going, you do this kind of fucking thing, get the lights, you know, this OBS, figuring that out. I'm kind of like techie a little bit. I mean, I am. So it's fun for me to do this, which is why I'm doing this. I also think it's very important as a as a as somebody who is playing certain games to see how certain people tackle parts of the game that used to give me problems. Okay, or maybe they haven't given me a problem yet. Maybe you just want to see people die in the games. I don't know, whatever the case may be. So the reason why I'm mentioning that is because all of the deaths in this sequence aren't there. And that's because there are just a shit ton of them. Okay? And after a while, as you guys are FromSoft players, you know, game players, you probably have played all of the FromSoft games. Most likely have logged hundreds of hours in all of them because you like them so much. You're probably not a casual gamer. You're probably not watching this as a casual gamer. Elden Ring is probably not your first game from FromSoft. It might be, but it's probably not. Okay, that's just how things go, right? You play these games from FromSoft, and it's sort of niche-y in the beginning. You know, it's not really for everybody. Everybody doesn't like this kind of thing, but us FromSofty players, you know, okay, so you're watching these videos in order to get, I get wordy, sorry, in order to understand how this person, me, fought this boss. And if I put up a video stating that I beat the boss, and you're having a problem with it, you want to see me beat the boss, therefore get some tips and pointers on how you can beat the boss. The first one I'll tell you is do not summon. In the second phase, you can bring out your Mimic Tier. But in the first phase, don't summon, because even summoning human players, it's a whole different dynamic. Because he does a lot of AoE attacks, and the reach on his weapons are not just in front of him, they're on the sides and behind him. Really, when he's flipping around and twirling and shit. So the problem is that when you summon another human player, in my experience, you do that because you need a distraction away from the boss so you can pull off your moves, whether you're a magic user or whatever. Okay? And this doesn't really work very well for that because of the things I just said. I don't know if it's called a hitbox or whatever, where those hits are in weird spots. Plus, I have half my pots. So I need those pots for the second phase. So I need to get through the first phase 100%, not using any pots. Not 100%, but not using any pots. Because if I start using pots, there's no way for me to last in the second part of it. Okay. The other part is the way that FromSoft games do aggro. If you guys have played World of Warcraft or a game similar to that, when you're fighting a boss, in a raid, you can build up aggro. So you have a melee guy whacking on a boss for a minute. He's got a minute worth of aggro. So then if I run up there and I hit the boss doesn't even look at me because I don't have that built up aggro. In this game, there's no built up aggro. You hit the boss and I get close to the boss turns on me. So it doesn't really work very well. It's not a very smooth, cohesive type thing. It works in some boss battles, not because of the aggro thing, but it works in some, like Sister Frida or something like that. That's a very good one because there's two guys coming at you, and you can separate out, conquer. You know, distraction and and all that. Okay, so here let's get into it because I don't want this to last too long. It's already lasted long enough. So I understand that I need to do, I need to block the physical attacks and I need to block the magical attacks. So where are the physical attacks? His swords. Where are the magical attacks? His purple AoE bullshit. Okay, it's not bullshit. I just call it that. The AoE purple spinny thing, the one where he has the two swords and he does a get over here move like from Mortal Kombat, and then the purple meteors. That's, I think, non-physical damage, and it may be magic damage. I don't know. I didn't look that up. So, what do we do about that? Here's what we do. We equip. We're talking about the first phase only, okay? We equip this. The Pearl Drake Talisman does boost non-physical damage. Okay. Which I assume is what that purple damage is. It's probably magic. So I could probably equip the magic one. But if this right here, let me see if I can switch this. How do I switch the view? Here, okay. So if we go, see we have, let's just look really quick. Our holy damage negation is 75, 66 for lightning, and 67 for fire. Let's just remember that because it's easy. Take this off. Now we have, let me go up to something else here. See, we have less damage. 65 was fire, 67 was lightning, and what was 75, 72 to 75. So we can see the difference right here. Okay, with all this, with magic, fire, lightning, and holy, you see how it turns blue? Because we're getting a buff. Okay, so that helps. The other thing that helps is in round 2, it's a shit ton of holy damage from that fucking beam of light coming from Mikola. So this will help with that because you see my holy damage goes up from 72 to 75. Okay, that's good. Plus, let's go back here and we see, let's go up here, I think, yeah. Okay, our holy damage negation right now is 68. If I equip this, it goes to 75. That's huge amount. So that's our holy damage and magic damage negation. That's important. The next thing that's important is because the first round basically only has physical damage. We have Dragon Crest, Great Shield Talisman. Now we can see what this does for physical by going to something like this. Physical damage negation right now is 65, but now it's 72. So that's a lot. So that will help get rid of, like, if you just get hit by one of his sword swings, which, by the way, take off a shit ton of health. Okay, I think that's like 20%. And then, of course, the two-headed turtle talisman in order to get your stamina up really fast. Okay, the other critical thing that I have in this is my shield. Now, I could have picked a better shield. I could have more strength, but right now I don't. So our shield physical damage negation is 100. That means if he hits me with his sword, I don't get any chip damage. Okay? Because he does not have any magic behind his in his swings. It's only physical, I think. I mean, I'm sure of it because I do it. I fought him like 50 million times. So, physical damage 100. The next thing that's important is I wanted all of the elements to be high too. Well, we have 44, 34, 41, 49. That's really good. And specifically, I wanted holy to be really high because in that second phase, you get clobbered by Miklah's holy fucking damage. All right. So that's why I have this. So you hold this shield out in the pillar of light, and you basically only take half damage. Okay, from the pillar of light. If you get hit by him without the shield up, you take 100% of his damage. Ish. Okay. The next thing was my weapon. I know, because I've played with Rivers of Blood through a lot of my playthrough, that a lot of mobs are not resistant to bleed. And he seems really not resistant to bleed. Again, I didn't look it up. So I wanted a blood weapon. This is fine. I was using Rivers of Blood. Okay. I was using Rivers of Blood. The problem with using Rivers of Blood was it was doing fire damage, fire split, physical and fire. And that wasn't enough to me because it seemed like he was resistant to fire because I just wasn't doing that much damage. So I went with a weapon that had only physical damage with bleed. Okay. And as a bonus, I wanted something that could get 4 hits in barely if the timing is right, when the Rivers of Blood could only do 2 or 3. I wanted to be able to do 3 or 4. And the pokey of the thrusting sword gets me there. It's very quick. So that means the more hits, the faster the blood buildup, the faster it's going to tick over and he's going to experience blood damage. And then that's going to reset and then it'll build up again. Okay, that's why I chose this weapon. Also, this weapon has an innate rot buildup. If you notice, that's 50. I can't get that to go any higher, I don't think. But talk about that in a second. Let's go back to blood loss for a minute. The inherent blood loss value is 55. But if you see, it scales with arcane, and arcane raises blood loss buildup. So I dumped a bunch of points. Where does that show that? Into arcane, 55 into arcane. It not only raised the physical damage of my weapon, the number to the right of the attack power where it says 202 plus 215. The 215 is your scaling damage. So strength C, dex C, arc D. So you put a point into dex, you get damage, but it'll be on the right number because the left number is like fixed as per your level of weapon. The right number is how your scaling is affecting the weapon. So if I put a point into dex, I get maybe 2 more damage on the right side. If I put a point into strength, same, because they're CC, approximately CC. In FromSoft games, white C might not mean white C. White C might be higher than the other white C. I don't really like that. I'd like to see, maybe use more of the alphabet, right? So because what happens is when you upgrade your weapon, right, the white C goes to a blue C, right? But it's when you do that, it doesn't actually change the color of the C or go from C to B. It stays at C. So it's a higher C, like C plus, and then when you do it again, it goes from a C to a blue C again, right?
but that blue C doesn't stay blue or change to B, it's just C. But it's actually a higher C. So it could be like C++. And then the next one, C++. And then finally, B. Okay. So anyway, since this scales with Arcane, I dump points into Arcane at the end because I'm like, okay, well, I know Rivers of Blood is the same way. It has Arcane scaling. And if I put points into Arcane, I not only get more damage, physical damage, I get higher blood buildup number, which means it's going to build up blood loss faster, right? So that's good. So that's what I did there. So now I explained what I was thinking for my weapon, the scaling of my weapon, rot, and he's really susceptible to rot, by the way. I tried throwing some of the big hefty pots of rot at him, and he was instantly rotted. It's really hard to try to time that, but my friend told me throw a rot pot at him, so I did that just to see. But you don't need to. Okay, so we did weapon, we did shield, we did talisman. Now our armor is really easy. You just do the heaviest fucking armor you can find that has the highest holy damage negation, because that's really the only thing you need to worry about in this fight. You really do not need to worry about the physical damage. Because you're going to be fighting this boss so many times that you're going to understand his moveset. So physical damage negation, it's important, but not as important as holy. So holy is number one, physical damage negation is number two. So basically what you want to do is you want to find out, this is what I wanted to do. Now, this is all opinion, man. I wanted to get the heaviest shit that had the most damage negation in everything, but the highest had to be holy. So look at all of my armor for the one that had the highest holy number and a decent physical number. So these were it. This Nox helm, 5.3, was the highest of all the helms I had. And the Crucible stuff, that's really good too. So if you have a Crucible helmet, same thing. It won't be 5.3, it might be 5. But still, for the helmet. Crucible Tree armor, 14.5. Godskin Apostle bracers were actually higher than the Crucible. And you see, here's another reason. Its weight's 2.1, its physical damage negation is 1.7. That's hardly the best bracers. Hardly the best bracers. But it had the highest holy damage negation. That's why I used it. And the Tree Sentinel Greaves, I could have chose the Crucible Tree ones because they're about the same. Highest possible. So all of this goes together to give you your damage negation for holy, which is the most important thing. Okay, so that explains how I did all of this build. Okay, and I didn't change my build from the build I had before because I had the Rivers of Blood, so I didn't respec. I didn't min-max, because if I go any higher than 60 vigor, it's like 9 hit points. If I go any higher than 55 arcane, I get like 1 more damage. If I go any higher than 57 dexterity, I think it was 55, I get like 1 more damage. So none of that is worth it at this point in terms of souls and passing levels. I do, once you reach 50 endurance, your endurance, that's your cap, right? I think that's the hard cap. I don't know. It's definitely, if I put a point in endurance, I barely get anything. But that helps with equip load. And then you can wear your heavy shit. So there's my numbers. This I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but this is what worked for me. And it worked for me pretty easily. The whole point of my battles, and you'll watch this in the next few fights, is I don't have to worry about the first phase. I just don't. I understand his moves. I understand everything he's going to be doing because I died to him 50 million times. All my timing is perfect, within reason. I get hit sometimes, fine. I get hit with the AoE sometimes, fine. But as I go through these fights coming up, I point things out. And I think that's really valuable when you're trying to master a boss, especially something like this, which, by the way, you can't master. But you can get the first part. And if somebody can master that boss, I want to know. Because it's fucking hard in that second phase. No, it's not hard. There's a little bit of a cheese factor in that. So I'm not going into that in this. What I wanted to show you guys, what I wanted to show you was what I was equipped, what I had. Okay. And I found that if I were to put and I'm not sure this was the case, but if I put Blessing America in here, or I think there was what's the other one that gives you all your shit back? I can't remember. My Mimic tier used it. That was cool. Very cool. Okay. So that'll give you guys a good idea. So go ahead and watch the fight now and the subsequent fights, and hopefully you can get a little bit out of that will help you with your fight. Back to live action. Well, not live, but back to action. All right, dudes. Let's give it a couple of goes, all right? That was weird. That's more what happens. Man. Can't see anything with those fucking pillars. The pillars of light. So we can get through the first phase without even getting hit. And then we get in the second phase and we can't escape the pillars of light. Even if we're really close to the boss. That move is dumb. Oh, got caught in that one. All right. No, I don't think so, motherfucker.
Can't get away from the pillars, man. Oh man. Not bad. My dude isn't really helping very much, but that's fine. He doesn't really seem very aggressive, I guess. Wasn't expecting that. Oh, I didn't have my shield up. I take an awful lot of damage from the pillars, man. I try to go about doing a similar move set, defensive move set, you know, as in the first phase, because he does pretty much the same moves. But that pillar just fucking gets me. That was cool, really. I don't have anywhere to go. Alright, well, this is not going to work out. Maybe it will. Yeah, I was trying to get too many hits in. That's a no-no. I'm like, man. So one of the nice things about this fight is that the first phase, you are good for pretty much the duration. No matter how long it's going to take you to whittle his health away, if you know what this boss is going to do in the first phase, you will be fine. Even if you have to use a pot. You can just keep doing that every time, I would not mind. And then jump. Nice. Thank you. And then you do it again? How nice of you. Well, that's what happens sometimes. So we have the... A little loud, huh? We have the first phase, which, like I was saying, it's pretty much a cakewalk. It pretty much is after you've fought this boss, maybe, I don't know, 30, 50 times. There are some things that he can do that like that, or that's not really in the normal spot for that move, and then he tries to do the gravity pull here. Maybe he does. There it is, and you can just dodge away from that, and then tell him, "Not today, motherfucker. Not today." Oh, that was early, huh? All right. I couldn't get away. But I'll take a pot. Because I have like lots at the end of this. I'm gonna have like lots of pots. So we have this, boom, and then boom, boom, and then here's, oh, another gravity thing again. Okay, all right. Some meteors. Do the meteors. That's all right. You didn't make it. Oh, you be rotten now, man. All right, this is gonna take a little healing first. Drink. Now, you see, the thing is that, you know, that's ingrained in my head. It's ingrained in all you guys' heads. Like when you're fighting this guy in the first phase, you know that move. I mean, we just did it 4 times in a row in the last fight, in the first phase of it. You have that ingrained in your head. That was a little closer than I wanted it to be. Nope, not today, motherfucker. You can do that all day long, though. I couldn't get away. Minimal damage. That is reach. Oh no, that's death. But anyway, so what I was saying is you have these movesets, right? We know them by heart. We can tell when one is coming. We have mastered this guy, first phase. I mean, he's just like, not only is he cake, but we know what moves he is going to be doing before he even does them. You see, I mean, where's the twirling? Where's the twirly gravity thing? If you do a pull at me, we quit. That was not good. Yeah, I see that, bitch. Are you too far away to hit me? I'll take 2 right there. Looks like you're bleeding. You need a band-aid? Not today, motherfucker. And then he's like, oh, I'm going to get you with the twirly. And I'm like, no, you're not. Oh, too bad it took over right there. Take one of these, do this, take that. Oh boy. Oh, I made that one. Not bad. Damn it. Not bad. Got pretty close there. But the point I'm trying to make is, so you know these moves. These moves are like boom, 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 ingrained in your head. When you get hit by the light, you take damage. And that throws off your timing. So now you can't dodge those moves like you once did. That's hard. And where do you go? You can't go anywhere. I actually like that one too. Run over here so we can get a good beat on these things. Now do your gravity pull. There it is. And it didn't work, so you have to do the spinny thing. Oh, 2 gravity pulls, motherfucker. It's not a gravity pull. Well, not really. It's not the whole thing. If he did, he'd severely damage me there. That's a nice one. Oh, he delayed. He did the delay one. Not today. Through here. Oh, there's a delay. That's my fault. Okay, we have to do this, and this, then this, quick. This is actually kind of a welcome thing here. He took him, so we can just stay here and wait a little bit, and now we can get some free hits at it. Right? That's my first one, right? That is my first one. Where'd he go? My guy. My guy. Right there. And I don't think he did it. I think we did enough bleed damage that just ticked over. Motherfucker. So, you heard me talking during that fight. And this is a very important thing. This boss sucked half the time. Okay, it wasn't a question of we didn't know his moves. It wasn't that. Oh no. It was a question of, is he going to use the pillar of light cheese and kill you? Now, why I say pillar of light cheese is because while you're going through these things, the motion of the boss and your defense, okay, he's going to do this, dodge here. He's going to do this, dodge, dodge, slam, dodge, dodge, hit, dodge, back up, roll backwards, roll forwards, whatever the case may be. When you're fighting this boss, you saw, right? You saw me in that first phase. Did I take any hits, really? Not really. I was always pretty much in control. If I wanted to back up, I did make mistakes. But for the most part, I knew everything that he was going to do. Even when I made mistakes, I made a mistake. So what I mean is, okay, we know that. Okay, base. We know the moveset. Let's just say, for the sake of this conversation, that moveset in the first half of the fight and all of its randomness. He's going to do a gravity pull. He's going to do the overhead chop thing like Owl Father. He's going to do the swipe, X swipe. He's going to jump up in the air and throw meteors. No matter which part of the fight he does that, we know it's happening and we can combat that. Whether or not we actually execute without getting one hit, usually, is probably 90% yes, we can make the move, 10% or 5% no. Now, it's just a question of where you are in the groove of it, where you are in the little dance, because it is a dance. He's doing the same thing when he turns and he shows the cape. You know what's coming. You know, on that last one, when he shows the cape, he could fucking do that through the entire first phase. And when he does the ground slam and you do your last dodge directly right. Don't dodge on the angle towards his back. You will get hit with that shit. So if you're like me, when you're fighting this boss, and you think to yourself, I know everything he's going to do because I just fought him 100 times. Literally 100 times. I fought him a lot. I fought him like fucking 60, 70 times. But now I know every single fucking move. And I know that I do not want to use a pot in the first phase if I can help it. Because those pillars of light are so fucking stupid. Where they put them, it leaves this much margin for error. Meaning, now we're in the second phase, okay? We did the first phase, now we're in the second phase. First phase, cake. First phase, we know what's happening. Even if he fucking tries to gravity pull me 3 times in a row. We know we can do it. Second phase, okay, he does the fucking thing or whatever. Will you just pot the wondrous physic that gives you a bubble, negates all damage on the first hit? Done. Which is what I did every single time. Because he does that fucking thing and then you're fine. If he's going to do the wind up stream of light thing, which I guess is coming from what's her face, right? You need a dodge. Just dodge right or dodge left. You're fine. If you're more to the left of when the beam's coming out, dodge left. You'll get hit with some of it maybe, but you can still dodge out of the rest of it and then heal before he has time to do anything. Okay.
that aside. If I stay really, really, really close to him, I could avoid some of those pillars. I just noticed between maybe the second time we fought him and the fifth or sixth time here. But it's not exact. It doesn't seem to be exact because what that does, okay, so there's two things. We know what his moveset is because it doesn't really change in the second phase. It doesn't appear to change that much anyway. The first thing is, since we know his moveset, we know how to combat that. We did it to the first phase. We could do it with our eyes closed in the first phase, so to speak. Okay. If you do that in the second phase and you are not right up against him, you will get hit with the fucking pillar of light. Here is the problem with the pillar of light. And I just said it during the last encounter. Maybe it was the one before that. When you get hit, your guy goes, or whatever. But that is a split second. And now your dodging's all fucking off. It isn't the fact that you got hit with a pillar of light and took holy damage. I mean, it may be. It might be. But going into this fight, you don't need to respec your guy. Wear all the fucking magic talisman +3 thing. Wear the fucking braid thing. Okay, get a shield with a lot of holy negation damage. I think I have every single thing maxed. You wear the whole Crucible Night Gear thing because that's the best in holy damage, because those pillars of lights will just fucking kill you. And it'll frustrate the shit out of you like it did me, and you won't play for days like you did me. Then you'll come back, you'll chip away a little bit, you'll learn some moves, then you'll master the first phase, and you'll be like, all right, I'm going to do this in the second phase, and the pillars of light are not going to distract me. Well, you still die. All right, so what do I need to do? Let's try getting further away. Oh no, those pillars of light are right on top of your fucking ass, and you can't dodge them and hit. You're too far away to hit with the pokey weapon. Bleed damage. Okay? I had rivers of blood through the whole fucking playthrough, right? So I'm already fine. So I switched to a weapon that could hit just a tad faster. The pokey one. That's fine. But you see how all that worked, right? Do you see how all of that aids in that? But it's still too much holy damage when you get caught in a pillar of light. And it may not necessarily be just that. It may be the fact your guy goes, oh, because he got hit, and then you can't dodge the next physical attack by Radahn. And if you can't dodge his physical attacks, those fucking hurt. So what do? Block. If you guys have enough poise in your build to just use the fingerprint shield or something like that. Okay. Here's the next thing and the final thing, and then we're going to accept the remembrance of a God and a Lord. The final thing. This boss isn't what I was expecting to be the last boss of the game, of the DLC. The last boss of the regular game was great. It was a great two-boss combo. It was a great two-boss combo. This boss, not a great boss. No. Now, if we think back a little bit, Rolana, the two swords, the magic sword and the fire sword, was a beautiful boss fight that I wrecked by summoning guys. I wrecked it. I should have summoned just my Mimic Tier. Not saying that wouldn't wreck it either, but it would have meant that I needed to still perform my moves in order to get by the attacks. When I summon 2, it's wrecked. Now she can't showcase her abilities. I can't learn about the boss because all the boss is doing is performing those attacks, getting interrupted by the guys that are there, and so I don't get to enjoy it as much. I wrecked that. And I'll go over this when I do my roundup and roll up or whatever. I do a video on the game and what I thought of it, good points and bad points. So I'll have all the bosses in there, and we'll talk about the bosses. We'll talk about how I wrecked the bosses in this playthrough. We'll talk about how the bosses, no, singular, maybe should not have been this way. Now you can think of, okay, well, what could you have done with this boss? Well, there's all kinds of things you could have done with this boss. And I understand why you got the holy damage negation utmost for, in the DLC. I know why, right? Because of this boss. That's why. Is it enough? The holy damage, man. It isn't only that the holy damage does a lot. It isn't only that. It's that it interrupts you. That's what it is. So it was not my favorite at all in any FromSoft game. In fact, I can only think of one boss that is worse. And we'll go over that when I do my video about what I thought of this game. Okay? And unfortunately, and fortunately, I will be harping on this in that video, just like I'm harping on it right now. The reason I call it unfortunate is because obviously it's unfortunate. The reason why I say it's fortunate is because that is the only fucking thing in the whole goddamn game and DLC that's any bad. There's no other bad. There's no other bad. Does Melania pull out some cheese? Sure, a little bit. But you can get around that. Or, RNG is in your favor. 1 out of 5 times. Okay? This one, RNG won't help you in this one, man. Actually, I changed my mind. RNG would help you in this one. If Radahn doesn't do certain moves in the second phase, you had a distinctively easier time to kill him. Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt. And if you summon, even more so. Because if you summon and you're counting on your Mimic Tier, which I don't know why you wouldn't, because this is not the boss that you want to be one-on-oneing and think this is quality in the second phase. The first phase, yeah. When you get pulled away and do certain moves and things like that, your Mimic Tier is all the way, and he jumps up in the sky, he does his fucking sky shit. You're here, your Mimic Tier is all the way over there. Can't help you. And then you die of fucking holy light and shit. You don't die of his attacks. By the way, if you can see beyond the holy light thing, what is that called? Brilliance? To know what he's going to be doing? That's one thing, man. That's hard. Because it's so fucking all over the place. It's blinding. All right. I'm taking away from my next video. The wrap-up. I'm taking away from it. I'm saying too much. Well, I'm just going to repeat my fucking ass because it deserves repeating. Okay? In my opinion, and this is my channel, it deserves repeating. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this. I'm going to take this win and then add it to my second half of the area because I only have one up there. Because I wanted to beat the boss and I wanted to show
a little bit about how I fought to beat the boss and how I learned as I went along to beat the boss. Because I think it's really, really valuable. While this boss was probably the worst boss I ever played in any FromSoft game, or second worst, there were parts of this boss that were not that way, that were really, really cool, really good, really challenging. I had to learn it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And we'll talk about that, and we'll talk about the other boss that I'm referring to, the one that I didn't like the most, in that wrap up episode. But for now, let's watch the end. If there is an end. Well, we have Sight of Grace. It's probably going to end in typical FromSoft fashion. Let's read what others had to say. Well done. First off, stay calm. Visions of victory, praise the tarnished. I have one above my head. What do we have here? Touch memory. Mikola's memory? Lord brother.
I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow, promise me you'll be my consort.
Just a little flashback. More to come. Well, we beat them, so.
The world a gentler place.
What does that remind you of? The girl from Ashes of Ariandel? Circlet of Light. What is that? So evidently, which I knew, but I did not do anything about, there is a toggle here to turn on the area in, maybe it's not here, display blood, subtitles, HUD, HDR, make new items, mark new items. Show recent items tab. That. Both of these. Jesus. I can do it. Circlet of Light. And damage negation. Oh, this is a crown, huh? Okay. 3.4 holy immunity. And a circle of light, which is adorned Michaela's head. Mikola, Jesus, Mikola. As he returned in divine aspect. Because when I play these games, I don't really, if I watch a movie, whatever they say in the movie is what I think is what's happening. I don't have the mental capacity to sit there and watch a movie that I paid money for and try to understand what they're doing, okay? I don't believe in my mind when I'm going to see a movie, it's going to be a chore. I'm going to need to think. I generally go to see movies or watch a movie because I don't want to think. I don't want to
live in the real world. I don't want to watch a documentary. I don't want to watch fucking real life shit. I don't, because I'm living it and it's shit. It's toxic shit. What I want to do is I want somebody to do something for me. Just fucking show me some starships and space and shit that's not real. A land of make believe, if you will. So when I need to try to understand the plot of something, dude, I just get lost on that. It's not a thing for me. I don't give a shit. So clearly, Mikola was the woman on Radahn's back, but from the beginning of the game, there was references of Mikola as being a guy, and now here's another one, as he returned. What the fuck's going on? Do I care? No, I don't fucking care. Anyway, it slightly boosts intelligence, faith, and arcane, while also boosting power of Mikola's light. That must be a spell. We got a remembrance of an old lord. In their childhood, Mikola saw in Radahn a lord, his strength and his kindness that stood in stark contrast with the afflicted selves. And so Mikola made it his heartfelt wish that Radahn would one day be his king consort. All right. All right. And is that it? Or do we have something else? Are we able to actually even climb this? Or is that it? I don't think that's it, because we would see credits rolling, right? Dude, I can't get up here. Can I call Torrent? No. Oh, the fuck? Dude, you're fucking troll. No? No? Maybe that is all there is. Maybe that is how this whole thing ends. We can't jump up here. We're just gonna go around and hit some stuff just to make sure there's no, like, false wall or anything. No. Time for abundance. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Do I need to wear this? No? Time for joy. All done. Praise the victory. Visions of light. Yeah, that's cool and all, but like, it doesn't. It's very strange.
Don't tell me I need a gesture. You didn't tell me I need a gesture? Or is that really all there is? This is the game and this is how it ends? I don't think so. I think that would go into new game, right? What was that? I think that would go into new game. Oh, I see. All right. What was I going to do here? Oh yeah, I was going to see if we had, if we had a gesture. Let's see. What do you think it would be? Let's see. Can we sort by? No, we cannot. Point forward, down, wait, wave, jump for joy, strength, casual. As you wish. Oh, mother. Fire spermy? What? Ring of Mekhala? Oops. No. Well, that didn't do anything. All right. Let's find out what we need to do to close this thing up. Guys, all right, guys. All right, guys. Are you with me? Well, looked it up, man. That was the ending. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I know. I'm thinking the same thing. I am thinking the same thing. I'm not happy about it, not one iota. But, you know, I mean, I guess it is what it is. I don't even remember what I was wearing before. This? Probably, I don't know. All right, guys. What a great fucking DLC. The best DLC for any game I have ever played. Except for this, which we'll talk about in our wrap up. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please subscribe. See you soon.